Yeah, hold up. Hold up. Say something.
Something.
All right, good. There we go.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Welcome back to Sports Fans Only. I am Shawn Mack, and this is the SK Debate. Let's get right to it. Over here, we have my boy, brother from another mother. I don't know. He's become part of my family. We just do things together. KJ, how you doing, KJ?
What's up, brother? See
Raising
that raising the roof up.
That's a little tiny roof.
This roof's like right here.
Little mouse roof. All right. And over here, we have our moderator, our boy, brother from another mother lover, Shawn Renaud.
That's right. That's right. We
What's
here.
up, boy?
House.
You good? You good? All right. And as always, Gene, it's open the door. He raised a tiny roof, and the floor is yours.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back and enjoying another new episode of the SK Debate. I'm your moderator, Shawn Renaud, and we got some great questions for you today. And I want to pick these guys' brains and see how well they do, and see if I could put a little pressure on them. But this first one is not too much pressure. We're just going to ease in here. All right. So the first question is: will the Lakers make it past the first round in the playoffs this year with all the things that's going on for them?
Most people believe they're going to make it to the playoffs. I'm going to go out on a wing here and say they're not going to be in the first 8 seeds. I think they'll make the playoffs in a play-in game. If they don't switch up anything as far as trades, that's about all they can switch up because they can't get younger. That's bullshit. They're not getting younger. And you know what? This is all LeBron's doing. He need to lie in his bed that he made. He chose to get rid of these younger dudes, which was cool because it got him a championship with AD. But when they traded for AD, I told KJ this. He's going to get hurt a lot. KJ said, nah, he missed games here and there. I was like, nah, he gets hurt at the wrong time all the time. They got by in the bubble because it was the bubble, and they had that extended period of time off. Will they make the playoffs? Yeah, but only because they have the playoff play-in games now, unless they make a trade. So I know there's some variables there with what I'm saying, but long story short, yes, they'll make the playoffs, but not the 1 through 8 seed. They'll make it to maybe the play-in game, and they better win that. Depends on who they're playing. I digress.
All right. First, I want to start off by saying, what's that? Hey, Gary, that was for you. You know, I had to start off the show that way. So anyway, so to get into this Lakers thing, I think that Westbrook, everybody wants to blame Westbrook, right? Everybody wants to say he was the wrong guy to bring in there. And I'll give it to you. He has been a bad fit for the Lakers, but I'm not going to put all the blame on him. Now, to answer the original question, I think the Lakers will make it past the second round. And I'm going to tell you why. First round. I'm sorry. I think they're going to make it past the second round too, but let's stay with the question. They're going to make it past the first round. And here's why. A lot of talks of Miles Turner going to the Lakers. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. If it does, that's going to be a huge upgrade. He's young. Shawn said there's no way they can get younger. They can definitely. They've been playing Dwight Howard a lot. You get Miles Turner, Dwight Howard no longer will get any minutes. That automatically will make them younger. It's not going to make them the youngest team in the NBA.
It's one person, bro.
Yeah, but that's a big-time person. You take Dwight Howard out and put Miles Turner, I mean, Dwight Howard will never see the floor for the rest of the season. That makes him younger, in my opinion. And on top of that, if you go back and look at their most glaring losses, there was 2 games against OKC. They were up by like 20-some points both times going into the fourth quarter, and they lost both of those games.
Yeah.
If you go and you look at the team stats, you look at the defense. Now, I'm going to blame all this on Anthony Davis. I don't know what's going on with him, but if you look at the stats as far as points in the paint, the first game, it was tied. It was 54-54. The second game, OKC led points in the paint, 42-36. And that might not seem a lot, but then you go look at the fouls. The Lakers had 9 more fouls in the first game. These are fouls in the paint. And it was 8 more fouls that second game, which leads me to believe that Anthony Davis, for whatever reason, has lost the ability to defend. In the fourth quarter, Anthony Davis he's in the game, and he's the one defending primarily in the paint. He's the rim protector. For whatever reason, there's a lot of foul. Dwight Howard too. They both lost their defensive touch. until they fix that problem, I don't care what even if he has 5, 6, 7 turnovers. If you look at those games, OKC had more turnovers than the Lakers. Yeah. So you can't really blame it. I'm not just saying, I'm talking about the media in general.
Yeah.
I want to stop blaming Westbrook, and I want to put more of the blame on Anthony Davis.
All right. At the beginning, it was Westbrook. The turnovers is just too much.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he's still almost averaging a triple-double with his horrible play. And I mean, his turnovers be the worst.
Yeah.
I want 2 things, and I want to get to someone that asked a question on here. Defense comes down to when you're old, the first thing that happens is your legs go, which means you can't play defense no more. They need to get, like I say, one person's not going to fix. Melo can't play defense.
Nope.
Westbrook can't play defense. LeBron plays defense sporadically, but he can't do everything anymore. And I want to get to this. I think secretly Davis is done with LeBron. That's what's wrong with him. Now let's get to this question. We have Martin Bergier. I hope I said that right, bro. He said, blame Anthony Davis. Guy has no aggressive game. He's getting pushed around like a 12-year-old. What do you say about that, gents?
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, he's soft as a Mr.
Shouts out to him.
Shouts out to Martin.
Question.
Anthony Davis, man, he's soft. That's the best I could put it. What's this meme that Charles Barkley? He's always saying,
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass, and he's always in street clothes. Like the dude, he got his money, and it just doesn't seem like he's hungry anymore. It could be because of LeBron, but we saw bits of this in New Orleans too, with his attitude and him always being hurt. Now, some would say they gambled, they got rid of their young talent, and they got a championship. That was the goal, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they were looking past that one year. That was the perfect storm with Kobe dying and all.
They were, though. They were looking to make AD the plan was to lower LeBron's minutes as far as not really minutes, but the time of possession and the amount of shots that he get up and let Anthony Davis become the top dog. Just didn't work, bro.
And I don't even think having Buddy Hield, you said Buddy, he definitely would have been a better fit.
Yeah.
But with Anthony Davis still playing the way he's playing right now, I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference.
You could have leaned on Buddy to hold it down. You get what I'm saying?
But see, I don't think the offense is the problem. Because like I said, some of them games, they're up big and they end up, the lead just dissipates because their defense. Why?
They putting out the effort on offense. And where does it suffer? On the defensive end.
In the fourth quarter at that.
Yeah.
In games.
Yeah. So
anyway, that's my prognostics on the Lakers. So I do think they're going to make a trade. LeBron's not going to go out like, even if the trade doesn't work, LeBron's not going to just ride out with this team. I don't know if they're going to get Miles Turner or whoever, but I definitely think they're going to move on from this current squad, and they're going to try.
Yeah, I think they probably – LeBron has finally ran into a conundrum, a quagmire. Mm-hmm. Usually he can get rid of Black, get Tyronn Lue, go win a championship. Get rid of this player before the break, before the trade deadline. Boom, we good. It's hard to stop a hole that's leaking with 8 holes, not 1 or 2 holes.
No, you're right.
That bit's leaking. That bit's leaking leaking bad, bro.
And I also think that people discount what happened the previous to the last season with the whole bubble and how they played. Their schedule was all thrown off. There's other teams playing bad. Boston ain't playing that good. There's other teams that people thought were going to be doing great that aren't that great right now. So it's not just the Lakers.
Not with the quality of them. No, they're not. I'm not going to give you that one. No.
The Boston, between Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're just as talented as anybody.
2 dudes. No, they're not. Now you're trying to tell me Jaylen Brown and Tatum is near as talented as AD and LeBron James. No way possible.
Right now, yes.
No way possible.
Right now, today, yes.
Well, today that's because LeBron them sucking.
Well, isn't that the question we're talking about right now, right? Right now, talent-wise, Boston to me is just as good as LA.
Yeah, but you can't just take a week and say, well, no, let's move on, G.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. All right, look, another debate is coming up, man. And I noticed that LeBron, whenever he's having issues like this, it's because he's doing too much. Whenever I see him doing too much, I know the team's not doing great, man. Mm-hmm. You need a team to win.
Yeah.
All right, let's stick with basketball, man. I like where this is going. So this is gonna be a weird one, right? So we got LeBron Jr., He's getting ready for college. And do you think he's going to be one of those one and done students that go straight to the NBA?
I'll start this one off. And forgive me, LeBron, if you're watching. I'm pretty sure we're nowhere near on his radar, and I'm pretty sure he'll never hear this. But this is just my honest opinion. Watching Bronny Jr. Gives me the same kind of impression I got when watching Michael Jordan's son. Not the one that was horrible, because he had two. He had two. Yeah. I think one that went to the University of Central Florida.
Yep.
Florida.
And one went to Illinois. The one that went to Illinois, he shouldn't even been in the Division I roster. But the other one, he was good.
He's good. I saw him play.
Yeah, he was good, but you just look at him, and you're like, nah, NBA. They're talking about him possibly. I remember 2 years ago, they were saying he was just going to leave right out of high school to the NBA so LeBron can play with him on the same team. After seeing his skill set, he's not physical. He's not that tall. He's not that quick. He's not that. He can shoot better than his dad. But other than that, I don't really see it, man. I don't even know if he'd be able to make it. He'll make it to a D1 school based on his father, but I don't even know if he's a true D1 starting talent at like a upper. I don't know if he would be a starter on Duke or Kentucky. So
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, so I don't even think he's an NBA talent, honestly. Maybe G League, possibly. I don't know, but yeah, that's my assessment on that. I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's gonna make the NBA, let alone be a good NBA player. So,
whoa, that heavy make it. I'm gonna say he's definitely gonna make it. Long story short, defense. Dallas defense done scored twice. They're up 17-0 against Washington.
Oh wow, that's big.
Yeah, defense is scoring, and Patrick Mahomes looking real good right now. They're up 14-0 against the Raiders. But I'm leaving this on from now on so we could check in on live score.
Cool.
Because we're live, right? And somebody might want to know what it is, and they don't have to tune in. To go. But the question again, LeBron James Jr. Little Brian. Kay said something about Duke. I was like, if you go to Duke in Kentucky and average 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, right? Pretty average numbers, right? First round pick, first overall pick, you say? Which one, Gene? You said first?
No. Will he be one and done? Will he go to college for 1 year and go straight to the NBA?
No, he won't. He could be picked, but he's going to be at the bottom of someone's roster. You know what I keep waiting on for Bronny? When's his growth spurt coming?
Yeah, right. He's about
like what, 6'1", 6'2"?
No, I think he's about 6'3".
Okay, that's like my cousin height.
Yeah, he's about 6'3".
He needs to hit his growth spurt. If he doesn't hit his growth spurt, I've seen him play. He play like his father, but his father's able to play like that because he's a beast.
Yeah, he's so damn. Yeah,
one of the illest bodies that we've ever seen in any sport ever.
With the height,
With the height,
So
unless he can hit his growth spurt, because he's about to go into this is senior year.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be a junior. Yeah.
All right, so he has time. So does this question, right? So, and if he don't hit his growth spurt in 2 years, no. If he hits it and gets about 6'6", his game is more predicated towards the 6'5", 6'8" frame because he followed after his dad. I mean, he mimicked himself after his father, and his father always put him in training, and he trained with his father when he got a certain age. So
that's right.
Unless he hit that growth spurt of a couple of inches, gets about 6'5", anywhere between 6'5" and 6'8 and a half, 6'9", no, he won't. But if he does, they will pick him for the sheer fact. And he could be playing the same way that he's playing now. They'll pick him because who his father is, his genetics, and his height.
Let me just jump in here real quick. If people remember Lamelo Ball, now I think he only played 1 year of high school in that same league, if I'm not mistaken, that Bronny played, that upper elite high school league that they play in. Lamelo dominated. So did Lonzo. They dominated. So, and when you're looking at like NBA talent, I look at them as of right now because a lot of their games were documented and shown on TV. And Zion Williamson, those dudes literally dominated games. Like I remember one game in that same league, Melo scored like 70-something points. I don't know if you remember. He was shooting it but my point is, he hasn't shown me. So you agree, right? To be an NBA player in high school, you should be.
Oh, you got to be dominating, just like in your sport. You better be the best baseball player almost in that city, right?
Exactly.
The whole region, in the whole region,
Yeah,
right?
and when I see Bronny, to your point, Shawn, he plays like his dad. So, but I don't know if that works for his body type. You could be too unselfish sometimes. He reminded me of Kenji. I used to always say Kenji was just Shawn Mack's cousin, great basketball player, and I used to be like, boy, why are you trying to get assists? And man, drop 30 a night. You could drop 30 a night, but he wanted to be a team. Could. He wanted to be a team player. I'm like, dog, if you want to go to, in my head, I'm like, if you want to go to a big school, you don't have the height. You don't have time to be worrying about being a team player right now. It's as harsh as that. You need to show people you can dominate the game. And then, the height thing will kind of go away. Bronny hasn't shown me that. So I just don't know.
All right, fellas. All right. We have another. C Max, say what's up, fellas.
What up, Matt? What's going on?
Thank you. One of the supporting cast of the SFO team.
Matter of fact, just dropped a video less than an hour ago, doing extremely well. Go check out that C Mac talk about Crawford and Spence fight coming up. Just check it out. It's the first one at the top of the page. Martin chimed in again. He said, "What do you guys think about my New York Knickerbockers?" You know you're a Knicks fan when you use Knickerbockers.
I still use that term, so you know what I mean.
He said, "Playoffs or no?" Okay, what do you think?
Oh man, I think they messed that roster up by getting Kemba Walker. Was the single worst thing they could have possibly done. Now, I don't know if Kemba Walker had some type of injury before he came to the Knicks. That's such a Knicks thing to do, though, right? You're one of your biggest free agents, and you go get him, and he's basically can't even defend your worst player on the other team. So when your point guard can't defend anybody, and you're relying on a twice removed injured Derrick Rose to hold you down, that's not good. By getting rid of Reggie Bullock, you got rid of defense. You got rid of that tenacity, like where he was going to lock down the other player. You went and got Fournier, who just kind of fell off. He was doing all right in the beginning of the year, kind of fell off a little bit in recent games, last few weeks. And like I said, Kemba Walker, he has literally destroyed the Knicks' hope of doing anything this year in the playoffs. It's harsh to say, but Kemba Walker was the worst move you could have possibly have done. You can't move him now. He's a Knick for however long he signed that contract. You have that on your books now. So to answer your question, they could possibly still make the playoffs, but they're not going to make any noise. If they didn't make any noise last year, the East got better, in my opinion. Washington's better. Who else would you say is better, Shawn? Of course, the Nets are better just because you got Harden and Durant.
Hawks are still there. Trey's still doing his thing.
So
yeah, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But to answer, you have to. I said this at the end of last year about the Knicks. Barrett kind of froze up in the playoffs, bro. His jump shot wasn't as reliable. At that moment, if I'm a Knick person in the top, the owners, the GMs, I'm saying, okay, we got to get rid of one of them. Randall or Barrett. They both cannot be on the floor at the same time. It just limit the floor spacing. Barrett looked like he actually was deer in headlights. And what Kay said, I would have picked Kemba Walker. Pretty sure you would have too.
Yeah.
But I heard a couple of people out there saying he's not the right person for New York.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know if it's the limelight. He played at UConn, played in Boston. He used to big things happening in front of his face under the bright lights. Maybe it's just the media that's killing him. Or maybe it's the fit. Because think about it. When you have Kemba out there, Barrett out there, Randall out there, it's not much jump shooting out there.
Nope. Sure enough isn't.
Your spacing is all. I remember watching a game this year where it was 4 people on the same side of the court.
Yep.
Ball was. And I'm like, no one's spacing? That can't be. I know Thibodeau's not coaching that. In my heart, I know Tibbs not coaching that.
Yeah.
So that's them. What you need out there, either you need to get rid of Barrett or Randall, get a mega star or get rid of one of them and get average, maybe 3 average players. Let Randall do his thing on the post, have some spot up shooting for him. And I think you'll be good. They was talking about Carmelo going back to the Knicks, and I'm like,
Nah, their defense is terrible already. Getting Melo in can help that.
Right? So, long story short, I think they will make the playoffs. Only reason being, again, is because of that play-in game. We forget about that. 9th, 10th, and 11th actually matters now. So they can get into a little playoff, quick little game, but will they make it? Not unless they do a trade similar to the Lakers.
I will say this, and we can move on. If they continue to give Obi Toppin more minutes, that can change everything. That kid's legit. He's legit. I think he put up. I had posted on our if you guys don't know, on Facebook, if you just go into your group pages, type in Sports Fans Only. What is it, James? Sports Fans Only
/ Yep, that's it.
Sports Fans Only / I think it's podcast and apparel. Yeah, you type that in, and we have a list of sports things. We keep you guys updated. And I think he had like 19 points, 11 rebounds. Don't mark my word, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. And a lot of fast break dunks and stuff like that.
The young man's good. He has complete game.
He does.
He got a little LeBron to him. Yeah. Not as far as his handles of the game and his knowledge of the game, but his body build and the way that he plays. What he needs to do is on the offseason work on his 3-point game, maybe get it to 39, 42%, and he'll be deadly then. When I mean deadly, he'll be dropping. He'll go into that upper echelon of 20, 10, 5, something that.
It's only his second year, so I think he'll get there. I think he will.
All right. So to answer your question, it looks like the Knicks are going to make the playoffs, but what will they do in the playoffs? It's anybody's guess, man.
Yeah.
But let's move on to some more. It looks like we're staying with the young theme of the NBA.
I just wanted Martin chimed in again. Got to give him his credit.
Give him his credit. Okay.
We could only hope for LeBron in New York.
I'll say this.
I don't think that's even a question.
That ship floated for New York was when he made the decision, right? Because everybody was like, wait a minute, he's doing it from Greenwich. Yeah. He's doing it from Greenwich. I love how they say he donated to the Boys and Girl Home of Greenwich. Of Greenwich. They don't need it. Go somewhere else where they needed LeBron. I'm sorry for hating, but damn, bro.
Well, I will say this, though.
The Knicks actually had an inkling.
They had a little chance.
And then they had a little bit with Durant, but that ship sailed real fast.
People don't know, though. Greenwich has 2 projects. I mean, they're big projects, too. You would never know. You pulled in there, looks like you're in Bridgeport.
I've been there. Got a little bad spot. They're quite comfortable. They're called low-income housing.
Yeah, it looks like a project, but there ain't nothing going on.
When it's called low-income housing, I'm wearing all my chains around there.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about that.
When it's projects, that's when I'm going strapped. Sorry.
All right. Anyways, so let's keep it with this, man. So speaking of the Ball family, I got questions for 2 of them. So Lamelo Ball scored 36 points and 9 assists versus the Bucks. Is he destined for greatness?
Who's yes,
Lamelo Ball.
Yes, if he stays healthy, yes, both of them are.
Yeah, we spoke about this before. I say he's going to be a Hall of Fame. If he doesn't get hurt, he will be a Hall of Fame.
And that's it. No more other ways that it could. No. If he stays healthy, the boy's nasty. He might go down as top 5 point guards.
Oh, he's nasty. He reminds me of like a Damian Lillard that's 6'8". You know what I'm saying? He's tall. Yeah. He's 6'8", and he could do everything any point guard can do. He's nasty.
A floor general. I seen him control the floor the other night. He had a little guy on him. He did the little magic back down thing.
Yeah.
Then he did a little move. I said, man, I look like Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Came up the floor, had some defense. I'm like, wait a minute, this boy nice. I thought about him like, damn, this boy nice. You seen the little caption that Curry had? Curry dad? He was laughing. He said, LeVar Ball said, I told y'all about my sons. I told y'all what they was going to be. He said, if he had to write a caption, it'd be, I had no idea. I had no idea what my sons was going to do. And I thought that was quite funny.
That is funny.
Take 2 different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
They're both great, but look at Curry. When his dad was in the gym with him, he probably looked at his little peanut head, little son, and was like, oh, little peanut head, too small. He'll never, I'm not even that big. No way he's going to be that big. Boy's one of the greatest of all time. Depends on how Curry career ends. He might creep into that top 5 of all time.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
It's definitely possible.
Quick question for both of you guys. Do you see Lonzo Ball signed a 4-year contract with the Bulls? Do you think that Lonzo and Melo will be on the same team after his 4-year contract's up?
No, because they do too much of the same stuff.
You don't think you could put Melo to shooting guard?
No.
Why not? If he got bigger?
Nah, he needs the ball in his hand. He needs to be the playmaker.
Because I was always wondering why his dad thought, because he was like, if they play together, Lonzo would run the point, because I'm assuming they played that way together for years, where Lonzo was running the point, Melo, because remember, he wasn't that tall.
No, not at all.
So I'm just, a little fun. I would love to see them both in Charlotte. And
that would be nice.
Nah, it'd definitely be nice. And bring the other brother up from the G League. That would be real nice. Just to show LeVar Ball. I want to laugh at everybody who said he was crazy.
So it's funny that you guys are bringing up the themes of the questions, because the next question is about Lamelo Ball. So he's crushing it in the G League right now, and he had a 50% average in 3-pointers a game. Damn. So do you think he is headed to the NBA? Will all three of them be in the NBA?
Yeah, I honestly think the only reason why he's not in there is to spite LeVar Ball. There's no reason why. Have you seen some of his highlights?
That's why I brought it up. He scored 1 point a minute in one of his last G games for every minute.
There's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't at least be the 12th man on somebody's bench.
I can give you a reason why.
Why?
No defense, and he's out of shape.
He's a little out of shape, and he's been talking about getting back in shape, though.
No, he had, but if you look at his highlights, it
doesn't affect, but he's like a chubby athlete, and when you have to be extremely great for them to pick you when you're a little overweight that early in your career. And he's getting older. So, but K might have a point there. It might not be any reason to find that he's not on the 12th.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I mean.
Somebody's roster.
There's some horrible dudes out there.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And I can see why he might not be on the roster. Is it spite? I don't think 32 was 32, right? I think it's 30 to 30 plus teams in the NBA don't like him that much. Mm-hmm. It's somebody out there that want to win. Like, if he could help Dallas, Cuban would take him.
See, I think he's good enough to be on a team, but not good enough for people to make. See, if you put him on a team, you know how much LeVar. Now, we all know nobody likes a loud mouth, especially if you're in front of the camera saying, I told you so. Look, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I don't think nobody wants to hear that. And I understand what you're saying, but when they go to those business meetings in the winter or whenever, I don't know when basketball does it. I know baseball does it during the winter. But when the owners get together, I'm almost positive, and I could be just talking, but I'm sure his name has come up during some of those meetings. LeVar Ball's name.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're not blackballing, but if he was more than a marginal talent, I think he would be on the roster. But because you could go like this with his talent, they're like, you know what, let's just throw him off into the G League. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. But you get 30 people together in one room, they're never going to agree. It's going to be one that buck the system. So maybe it's something we don't know. To me, it's always been the lack of defense, and he's a low chub, bro.
No, he definitely is. He definitely has that Charles Barkley.
Which means that he's not showing restraint when it comes to eating.
Yeah.
Discipline, which that's how they look at it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, speaking of people getting contracts and getting into the NBA, I got a good debate for you guys here. So we got great contracts in the NBA. That's without a doubt. But I got like 4 people here that got some crazy numbers, and I want you to tell me which is the worst contract that they signed up for. So we got John Wall at $45 million a year. We got Kevin Love at $30 million a year. We got Russell Westbrook at $45 million a year. And Michael Porter from the Nuggets at $34 million a year. Which is the worst investment?
Should go Shawn.
I'm just reading Marty stuff. He say full of Jello. Talk about
that won't get you into the NBA,
man. So that would be the worst contract as far as if I was an owner.
Yeah, right now.
Contract. Kevin Love did get me a chip, so how much is a chip worth? Yeah. I might have to say the Wall contract because the writing was on the wall when you gave him the contract.
Yeah, and you gonna elaborate, or that's you just gonna leave it like that?
Yeah, the writing was on the wall when you gave him the contract that his knees was bad and he probably only had 2 more good years left. They gave him that contract for the simple fact of what he'd done in the past. And you only do that with a player that's done actually did things for you and won championships.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be, thanks for putting us on the map and maybe getting to the first round or second round of the playoffs for your entire career.
Yeah.
So give you 40 plus a year, knowing that, like I say, John Wall, pun intended, the writing was on the wall. He wasn't going to be good anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Kevin Love was more of a loyalty contract.
Yeah, he got two rings out of it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
30 mil, yes, sir.
And on top of that, there wasn't no real expectations in Cleveland after LeBron left. I think they just said, we need some type of star power here. So let's just sign him up to fill the seats up.
Yeah, you got to sell a ticket.
Yeah. And as far as Michael Porter, yes, he's been injured. Let's see, he's played 9 games, 61 games, 55 games in 1 game. But that's a good team. That's a playoff team. They knew what they were getting when he came out of college, when he was hurt. They see the potential. So I don't have a problem with that one. Russell Westbrook, he's brought plenty of teams, went to the finals, brought many teams to the playoffs, even as recently as, what was that, last year with Washington? Yeah. When Bradley Beal got hurt and they went on that nice little run. So I can't really knock that one. And John Wall, like you said, he's had 5 seasons where he's played less than 60 games. Yeah. That this is going all the way back to, 2000.
When he was good.
Yeah, when he was good. And they had a team built around him and Bradley Beal and everybody. That was one of the best backcourts in the league when he was healthy, and they could never get out of the first round. So combination of him being hurt all the time, never being able to get out of the first round, it seems as though his teammates don't really. I never heard anything bad about him, but you never hear anything good about him neither. Yeah. So
it's like him and Bill, just 2 distant cousins that play on a team together. That
it almost seemed like they were just both trying to get theirs, or John Wall was just trying to get his, and he wasn't really worried about. That's just the perception. I'm not saying that's what it was. Yeah. So between the injuries and him never being able to take a team anywhere, by far, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Shawn Mack. John Wall's contract is absurd. He's getting $40-something million for doing nothing.
Yeah, for what you did for me in the past of being hurt and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
And he has another $45 million left for next season. So it's a bad investment.
That's when you get to a point where a guy is impossible to trade and you just got to suck it up.
That's Robert. That's basically, he's basically, I'm taking your money and you're not going to get nothing back from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right, those are very good answers, guys. Everything is kind of even because you guys agreed a lot about this, and I know basketball is one of the favorite sports, and you guys don't differ too much. But I'm gonna see if you guys can differ a little bit here. We're gonna try to wrap it up, trying to keep the show, in under an hour. We got. I want you guys to rank these best international players, since the NBA has gone a lot more global, and they're attracting talent from all over the world, bringing them here. So we got Hakeem from Nigeria. We got Dirk from Germany. We got Stephen Nash from Canada. Paul Gasol from actual Spain, not Mexico. And we have the Greek. What do you think is the best out of those 5? If you could rank them.
Is it my go or your go?
Your go. We ranking them just the best.
No, just ranking them from 5. Yeah. So my thought process in this, actually, I would have put Yao Ming there instead of Paul Gasol.
True.
Yao Ming's good, yeah.
Because Steve Nash never. At first, I thought, okay, these are all players that won a ring, but Steve Nash never won a ring, right? He never won a ring, right? No, right? So that wasn't a part of it. So I would have put. But anyway, since he is there, I'm pretty sure there's a consensus that Powell is probably number 5. He's on my number 5. He's always going to, no matter how you order the rest of the guys, Powell is going to be number 5 on this list as far as just talented and what they did in the NBA. Yeah, he won 2 rings with Kobe, but outside of that, his career was a little.
You don't need the explanations, man. Just name this shit.
All right, here. So gotta give my. I'm a sports guru. You know what I mean? I gotta give my.
My boy. You hate my boy.
So anyway, Gasol's gonna be my number 5 player. I'm gonna go Steve Nash. I'm gonna go Greek Freak, only because it's only been about 6 years since he's been about 5 years since he's been great. So I'm gonna go Greek Freak, Dirk, and then the Dream.
Similar. Gonna go 5 Nash. 5 Nash, Gasol, 4 Dirk. No, I'm gonna go. All right, so I got Nash, Gasol, Greek Freak, Dirk, Hakeem. Only reason being what would be controversial there is putting Dirk over Greek, right? The only reason he played 20 years and he came from that era where foreign players weren't that good just yet.
Weren't that popular either, too.
Weren't that popular just yet. And he came and held it down. It was the closest thing to Bird since we've seen. Nowhere close to him, but closest since we've seen Bird play. And Giannis, he's going to do his thing, but he has to do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, he hasn't done it really 100%.
But he can hop ahead this year. If he just somehow get to the finals, I think he can take that because Dirk put in work for 20 years, bro. Being a top, I would say Dirk at his height was always for like 5 years a top 3 to 5 player, right? Because we're talking about the time that Kobe was on the court. Yeah. LeBron had just came. Wade was still in that top, 5, 6 players in the league at that time. So Greek can hop him, but you got to go with Dirk. And overall, you got to go with Hakeem because honestly, he's the best player on that thing right there. So,
talent-wise, yeah, he definitely is. Now, I'm confused. Why would you put Powell over Steve Nash, other than he won 2 rings,
championships?
That's it. So you're not saying he was a better talent than Steve Nash. You're just saying because he won 2 rings.
2 rings and his talent. He just ain't stumbled into the 2 rings.
No, he didn't.
Look at the rings over there.
But I just think Steve Nash, he won 2 MVPs over Kobe, regardless of why.
Well, we all know that he shouldn't have. Colorado, ding ding.
I know, but he did though.
But we know why. So
I mean, regardless of why he did.
The votes came in over Kobe. That's not nothing to shake a stick at, man.
That's what I'm saying. Those are summers during Kobe's
best. Like I said, we all know why. Like it ain't like when people have this conversation, they don't start off by saying, "We know that's foul." You know what I'm saying? Shaq was just talking about it. He was like, "Man, they did my boy."
I mean, but that's like saying the only reason why Golden State beat the Cavs the first year is because Kevin Love and Kyrie were hurt.
That guy's nothing to do. All right.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't make me take the shovel out on you, bro.
I'm saying. How is that not a good comparison?
I love how he try to take 2 things that has nothing to do with each other and compare them when they have no comparison.
You're saying because of Kobe's situation, he didn't win.
Yeah. No.
Okay, and I'm saying because the Golden State won because they didn't have Kyrie in.
It has nothing to do with injury. Damn it. One's Colorado. One is a off the field thing, off the court.
What in the world does that have to do with anything? I'm talking about. You're saying he won. You're saying. Wait, hold on. You're saying he won because of something else that happened, regardless of what it was. Okay. No, you're saying the only reason why he won is because something happened outside of his control.
Winning a game has nothing to do with not getting the MVP vote. One has nothing to do with the other. Moving on, Gene, please.
No, we're not going to just stop there. Damn that. No, we're not stop there. You're not just going to run, Gene. Gene, you stay right there. Hold on for a second. What I'm saying is that Kyrie and Love were out.
I can't even hear you. I'm muting you.
Yeah, you mute. For everybody else listening, the other 1,000 people that are going to watch this, I want you to leave a message and tell me, was that a stupid comparison? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll take it. But what I'm saying is you're saying the only reason why Steve Nash won is because of something Kobe did. And all I'm saying is the only reason why Golden State beat Cleveland is because of circumstances.
Gene,
That's it.
You see, just trying to make something stick and it just not working.
No,
right, we got something in the field.
You're just mad because Steve Nash beat your boy.
No,
Kobe only has 1 MVP.
Kobe
only has 1 MVP. Kobe only has 1 MVP.
Like, what are you, 5?
Yeah. Saying, right now I am. Right now.
Right? How many rings Nash got? Thank you. Shut up.
Nobody trying to say he's better than Kobe.
Well, all right, moving on.
What I'm saying is Kobe only has 1 MVP. All right, go ahead.
Chimed in.
All right, I'm done being.
Giannis and Dirk are close 1 and 2. That's true. Y'all forgot about Tony Parker. That's true.
Tony Parker's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, another one. He could have threw Vlade Divac and Peja Stojakovic. And you know what? I take Peja Stojakovic actually over Nash.
Yeah. I would too. I take Drazen. If we're just talking about top talent, I take Drazen Petrovic over him.
Me
And
too.
Sabonis was great too.
What was horrible about him is that we couldn't get him at his height.
They say he was one of the greatest centers ever when he was
we
younger.
couldn't get him at his height though. We got him like when he was, because when he came here, I think he was already 28, right?
That's a good one, Tony Parker. Yeah, he was. He was over 28.
And he went back old school. I ain't even, damn, how old are you?
Tony
Mark?
Kukoc? I don't know his stats, but I'm just throwing him out there. I don't know what his stats were.
Because that dude never really got his own little team.
Yeah, he got like 3 years where he was a shit.
He got 3 rings though. He was a big part of the rings.
Yeah, he got 3 rings from those 3 years. That's true.
6-man though. So
yeah.
Yeah,
he never really got a shot. When he went to Milwaukee, he was trash.
Yeah, you can't put them in the same list.
That team was great on NBA Live, though.
Yeah, they were. I remember them. Didn't they have Glenn Robinson on them? No.
You had Cassell.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
Yeah, that was a good little team, right?
That was a team that almost went to the finals. They lost to Philly.
Yep. Wait, who was on the Philly team?
Iverson. That was it.
You're right.
Mutombo, McKee.
Against the rest of the team.
They beat them. That's crazy.
Thank you so much for answering these very hard questions, man. And towards the end, we I was telling you, I was going to try to get you guys to get some type of disagreement, and we finally got it.
Yeah, at the end there was a little explosion of retardation.
It was good, man. It was good. So
let's check the time, fellas. We had 44. That's good.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Good show right there, man. I got some more. Let's just end it with one last one because I'm looking at these. It's gonna be quick. I'm looking at these international players. I'm looking at these humongous contracts. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at these young players, and I'm looking at these teams that they're missing people to have that key component. So my question is, should athletes be role models? And then we'll just end it there.
They're not obligated to, but it would shine a little bit better on you if you were, being that a lot of young people are watching you and mimicking your moves and what you do.
So you're saying they should?
They don't have to, no. It's best to, yes. It's best to be, depends on how much you care about your brand.
Should they or should they not? You're
yeah. No, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
But that depends on what you want to do. Say if you remember, I don't know if you're old enough, not old enough. I'm not sure if you were in the sports then. Barkley had the commercial. I am not a damn role model.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's
that was
true.
a commercial.
So he didn't choose to be one. Mm-hmm. But it all depends on what you're doing. If you're saying, okay, this is me. I'm not a role model, but I'm going with my family, doing normal stuff. But if I say I'm not a role model and I'm out there acting up, knowing people might do it and follow me, then no, it's not good. You get what I'm saying? It's what you want. If you want to be a role model and be successful and raise your brand, then yes. If you don't care, just try not to be an ignorant ass and be in the news for doing dumb stuff like Antonio Brown. I end my stuff right there.
Yeah, see, I think in this day and age with social media, let me put it like this. If you're a professional athlete and you go to those hospitals and you see the sick kids and you're doing all this stuff and you talking all this good stuff on camera and then you going out sniffing lines of coke on the, you out there, partying and with hookers like Paul Pierce. Like, now I'm saying he did anything wrong, but you saw what happened. He got fired for ESPN.
At one time.
It kind of makes you look a little hypocritical if you're involved in all those things trying to help kids, right? And then you're getting caught on camera doing crazy stuff and you're always doing negative stuff and these kids love you, whether you want to be or not. I just feel like you got to kind of, what's that saying? With great responsibility.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. So if you got all these people looking up to you, whether you want it or not, you got to kind of walk a thin line. You can't just be doing whatever because you're a role model whether you want to or not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if you want to be one and you're in the spotlight, it's good to do the right things. Now, if you don't want to be one,
don't do the wrong thing.
Don't do the wrong things. Like how can I say this?
I think I'm tripping you guys. I'm tripping you guys up.
Not at all. Not at all. Not understanding what we're saying. All right. For example, Dennis Rodman in the spotlight. Be a role model. Care. Let's take Otis Thorpe for instance. K. Power forward, Houston, 90 to 97. Right. We never care about what the hell Otis Thorpe was doing.
No.
He wasn't a heavy role model, but he
No.
never did nothing wrong in the news.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You get what I'm saying? Antonio Brown, he could stand up and say, I'm not a role model. Well, could you stop doing stupid shit in the news that make my children say, well, what's touching this, mommy? Or why didn't he get a massage and pay, mommy? Why am I answering these questions to my 5-year-old? Because of what you did. Now I have to try to fix that. It's up to me as a parent, though. Let's remember this all the time. And I'm pretty sure Kay agree. It's up to the parents to know what your kids are or aren't doing and who they're following.
My best advice to parents is don't get your kid a cell phone until they're like, six. I mean, I'm guilty of it, but you shouldn't give your kid a cell phone, in my opinion, until they're like 17.
Unless you have blocks and stuff on it.
Yeah, which most people don't.
Yeah, they don't. You know, I can go like maybe block my daughter's stuff if she want no sexual content.
Yeah,
block that. But
there's ways around that, though.
Can't stop her friend from sending a link to something.
That's what I'm saying.
Stops, but
no, like people's stories. Like if you go into people's stories, there's still stuff you can see.
Yeah, and we forget about what we're all on now: computers, not the phone.
Exactly.
Secondary, so you still can use this.
And one last thing: if you're big and heavy in social media and you're actively trying to get subscribers and you're trying to reach people and you're still messing up. To me, that's not right. Like, don't try to get people to come in and suck them into your life and then be doing all types of foul stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can tell when someone wants it and what they're doing. You kind of can get it. But you know, fellas, let's end on this note.
Wait, can I say one more thing? One more thing before you say that, Shawn?
I wasn't about to cut off, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, just before we say, speaking of lines of coke, what I was saying before. What
kind of segue is that?
Look at my eyes.
He said to end the show. Speaking of
what?
Yo, I don't know if you saw Lawrence Taylor, and I don't know if he was high or he was trying to be funny. But did you see where he said somebody asked him? He was asking about the Giants, and he was like, "Oh, I don't watch football no more." And it was like, "Well, you did know that Eli Manning wasn't the quarterback of the Giants no more." He said, "When did that happen?" He was like, I didn't know Eli Manning wasn't the – yeah, go on the Facebook page. There's a whole article on it. And I wrote on top of the article, I said, is LT still getting high? How could you not know that?
High, or the previous times that he's gotten high over the years is starting to affect his ability to –
he could be sick. He could have some type – because he was dead serious.
Oh, you know what? CTE.
Could be that too.
Yeah, so maybe I'm bad for laughing. But, yeah, I thought he was high. What the hell?
That was funny. If you know what happened, then we're sorry, but that shit was funny. I'm sorry.
All right, so go ahead. Y'all can carry on.
It seemed like we had a second moderator here today named Mark Harry. So let's see. You could even ask, should athletes be involved in politics? And I'm going to answer real fast and not give you a political answer. Yeah. Yes, they should if you care about the well-being of your society. Now, if you're just hopping on some bandwagon to push some guy that may have different views than you do. Mm-hmm. Everybody has the right to be different, but don't be a sellout, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, and I think athletes definitely can and they should. Like you look at what Manny Pacquiao is doing over his country. The thing about athletes like LeBron and Pacquiao, and there's other ones out there, they're not the only two. People look up to them, they'll follow them. And if they have good morals and a good plan, you can unify people. I think that's the best way. People like that can unify people a lot easier. And I also think that's why certain entities don't want athletes to get into politics, because they know they have a huge following. So
Shut up and dribble.
Yep, exactly. That's why they do that.
Yeah. It runs deep. And you know, but you can take someone that you love. I see why Jordan never really did it, because you say the wrong thing, you lose half of the people that watch Fox that was your following. Yep. Because you said something that sound like a Democrat, sound like you can be on CNN here. So I'm not gonna buy nothing from you. I'm not gonna buy the shoes that my daughter wants for Christmas. Damn.
What kind of accent was that?
I was about to say that voice is off, right? It was like, like one of the old cartoons.
Oh yeah.
That's the elitist Republican old man.
Look, he still fight like this. Come on, son. Come on. I'll take you one to the shed. All right, everybody good, yo?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah,
All
we
right.
good. Let's wrap it up.
It's been my man, host, my main man, my boy. I just called you my man, so that's kind of weird. KJ. Everything good?
Little Ryu ball.
And that's been my boy. Hold on. Somebody else is putting stuff in there. He said he clap 100 for us on that last take that we had.
Appreciate that, brother.
Appreciate you, Morty, for chiming in. You're like a second moderator. You know you're already like a third brother to me. So that's been my boy KJ. That's been my boy, our moderator, Jean Renaud. That's good, Gene. That made you feel better.
Perfect.
Right. And I've been Shawn Mack, and this is Sports Fans Only.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
That was good.